Hey friend, I'm Dave Pasqualone, and I hope you never watch this video of why I will not shop or cruise with Royal Caribbean again. There's so many good things about Royal Caribbean, but these four things are just deal breakers for me, and I'm about to tell you why. So if you're with Royal Caribbean, hopefully you guys are the only ones watching this and you'll do the right thing and correct the issues, right? But if not, I'm just going to release this because it's my experience and other people have had the experience I've talked to, and I'm sure more people will. So this video is sharing my opinion, my experience, and why I'm choosing not to cruise the Royal Caribbean again in the future. So number one is this. We went on a cruise recently. It was a 7-day cruise. A day got cut off. Now the day did get cut off because there was hurricanes. Those are acts of God. We understand. The problem is the communication between Royal Caribbean and us as customers was terrible, conflicting information, and last minute. So nobody on the cruise, including the staff, really seemed to know what was going on, even once we got on board. But before we got on board, we didn't know if we were leaving, if we were not leaving. And this is kind of inexcusable. They have an app they can push data to. They have our email, and they have our cell phone. So they have information that they could have been more forthcoming with, and they could have been much more on top of things with. Now, hurricane and last minute deal, we can understand. That's going to be, chaotic. However, the way they roll things out is just not right. For instance, after like the third reschedule of our cruise, we ended up losing a day, and they said, hey, we know you're stuck in Tampa. Get a hotel room up to $250 and we'll reimburse you. And the reason they did that wasn't because of the act of God. It's because they prioritized their ships coming in. So that was a decision they made, okay? They said spend up to $250. Well, the problem was there was an NFL football game in town. There was all sorts of events in town, and hotels were going fast and crazy. So we get a hotel room. We drive 30 minutes away. We assume they're going to pay us like they stated, and I've corresponded with them over 4 times, sent the receipt, and they still haven't responded and sent us a refund check. So that's the number one reason why I'm choosing not to go with Royal Caribbean, because they're not keeping their word. Number 2 is the communication. We went for a 7-day cruise. It turned to a 6-day cruise. They said they were going to refund a percentage of our money. It was so convoluted to this day. I don't know if I was refunded properly or not, bringing me to my third point. When we're on this cruise, we ended up having everything shifted around. So we ended up saying, hey, to the gentleman at the desk, at the main desk, whatever it's called, concierge or whatever, can we change our excursions and change them from this to that? And the guy's like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't think he was going to charge me more. So basically all the excursions that we booked and then changed or rebooked, he did it, but I didn't realize that, oh crap, I went from the regular price or discounted price to a much higher price. And then what really ticked me off is they double charged me. So if you and a guest, you each have your own cruise account, I noticed that I paid on my credit card, I paid on my cruise account, and then I paid on my guest cruise account. So this is like now triple charging me for an excursion I just paid more for. So again, to me, bad business practice to begin with, not disclosing we're going to charge you more, but then triple charging, that's totally wrong. Well, okay, so why didn't I deal with them? If you've ever been on a cruise, there's massive lines, you don't want to waste your vacation. Well, as soon as our vacation was over, I already talked to someone about it, and they said they look into it and they didn't get back to us, and then I wasn't going to waste more time. I'll do it when I get home. Well, literally the day we got back, I ended up getting the flu or COVID or something. I was sick in bed for a week. Then I'm catching up from being sick on a vacation. And now a month and a half later, I'm finally getting around to getting back in touch with Royal Caribbean, which has been a giant goose egg. That's why I'm making this video. So number 1, never refunded our money. Communication's bad is number 2. 3 is they overcharged us for excursions, and I still, again, don't have that financial reimbursement resolved. And then the 4th thing with Royal Caribbean is when we were there, again, there's newer cruise ships, there's older cruise ships, and some things, it's no big deal. Well, we had between our suite and another suite, we had one of the nicer suites on the boat, there was a door that broke and was bang, bang, bang with the wind, with the waves. We told them about it the first day, reminded them that night, went to the front the next morning because it banged all night, and then the day, and then the night. So for 2.5 days, this door just banged between our suites. And the person and I, like the suite mate and I, we didn't know each other, but we joked about it. And we're like, hey, did you call? They're like, yeah. Did you report it? Yeah. So we're both calling, we're both reporting. It took 2.5 days. And they never mentioned it. They never said we're sorry. Our cabin gentleman, he was fantastic. But the actual like main people or corporation never acknowledged it. You couldn't sleep right for 2 days because the door's banging, right? So again, it's not that stuff happens, it's how you handle it. So that's why I'm upset with Royal Caribbean. So if this is Royal Caribbean, man, I just want to get my money for the hotel back. I want you to reconcile my account so I'm not being triple charged for excursions. I also don't want to be charged more for an excursion the guy didn't disclose he was charging me more for. And then when it comes to the inconvenience of 2 nights not sleeping well because the door's banging, it would be nice just to get this all reconciled. But at the end of the day, if you're looking to travel with Royal Caribbean, my advice is this: great crew, great staff, fun events, fun cruise, great destinations. And I wish I could give it all 5 stars. But if you have any issues with billing, man, this is the experience I had. They either don't communicate back with you, or when they do, they give you a half response. You reply to it and they don't reply back. So that's it. That's why I personally won't travel with Royal Caribbean again. I hope they see this and get it all fixed, because I'm tired of making phone calls. I'm literally losing money just like any other American. We're calling, we're wasting our time, which is our money, to fix their mistakes. So I've called enough, I've emailed enough. Royal Caribbean, please do the right thing and get this fixed. Thanks.